Streaming on clickorlando.com and broadcasting live, you're watching News 6 at noon.
Second time's the charm. Now at noon, a look at the successful launch for Crew 11 after yesterday's scrub. But we begin with breaking news just days after Florida's Attorney General warned Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings to sign a modified ICE agreement or face suspension. James Uthmeier has gotten his wish. A county spokesperson telling News 6 that Demings signed the addendum. That's a day after he told our Orlando community correspondent Mike Valenti, stay tuned on that front. Mike joins us now in the newsroom. So, Mike, do we know why Demings changed course?
So, Julie, that's a good question. We do not at this time. But as you said, I just asked him yesterday if he was going to sign the addendum, and he said he was not going to get in front of it, suggesting that the public would know more at next week's commission meeting. But now Mayor Demings will be bringing a signed copy of that addendum to the meeting. You may remember this modified 287G agreement would authorize Orange County Corrections personnel to transport undocumented immigrants in the Orange County Jail to ICE-approved facilities, such as Alligator Alcatraz. Demings had argued that state law only mandated the original 287 agreement with ICE be signed, but not any addendums. And he claimed that signing it would put a strain on county resources. Then earlier this week, Attorney General James Uthmeier sent a letter accusing the county of adopting so-called sanctuary policy by not signing it, and thus putting the county in violation of the law. What followed was a contentious back and forth where Demings criticized Uthmeier over his age and perceived lack of experience, and Uthmeier then responding that the mayor was making disparaging comments about him. But today, Uthmeier's warning appears to have been heeded. At a press conference touting his immigration policies, Governor Ron DeSantis was asked about this development.
If you don't meet your obligations under the law, if you don't fulfill the duties that have been imposed upon you, you absolutely will be suspended. Now, I know the Attorney General wrote him a letter, all this stuff. You know, the reality is I just want to get it right. I just want to land the plane right. And so I'm glad it worked out that way.
So we reached out to Mayor Demings' office. A spokesperson responded that they will try to get back to us regarding the mayor's schedule today. We want to know what changed in the mayor's thinking and why he signed this addendum before next week's commission meeting, when commissioners would have the chance to weigh in. Julie, back to you.
Mike, thank you. Also breaking at noon, the state is forming a new division of the Florida Highway Patrol. Dave Kerner, the executive director of FHP, will head up the new task force. It's called the Immigration Enforcement Section. In an appearance this morning, Kerner explained how it will work.
Even though we have 2,000 troopers already out there doing the Lord's work, this unit will be 24/7 coordinating, deconflicting. We're about to have hundreds, if not thousands, of sheriff's deputies and police department officers coming online. This unit will be responsible for coordinating with the federal government and making sure we're maximizing our utility as law enforcement officers to apprehend and deport illegal immigrants.
The state says FHP troopers have already apprehended nearly 3,000 illegal immigrants. We are following more breaking news this noon. The mother of a baby left abandoned on a driveway has been found and arrested. 19-year-old Angelica Batista is charged with child neglect. We told you on Monday the one-week-old baby was found in the driveway of the home on Lido Street. The baby was taken to the hospital and is in good health. Detectives were able to identify the child's parents during an investigation, but there is no evidence that the child's father was aware that Batista abandoned the child. She's currently being held on a $50,000 bond in the Orange County Jail. Make sure to download our News 6 mobile app from your app store. We send push alerts on the latest breaking news so you can stay up to date. After NASA's SpaceX Crew 11 launch was scrubbed yesterday, today it was a success. News 6 anchor Justin Wormuth is at the Kennedy Space Center giving us a first-hand look after the launch. Justin, it was another close call, I think, with the weather, but we got that successful launch today.
Julie, they had to really thread the needle on this one. Listening to the countdown from Mission Control, the only issue they were watching was this. And let me give you a look at these clouds that were forming here at the Kennedy Space Center. They were really coming down to the wire, but ultimately, as we told you, the launch has lifted off, and now the crew is headed to the International Space Station. If you missed it, here's a look.
3, 2, 1, mission. Mission's full power and lift off. Go Thomas, go NASA, go Crew 11.
All right, so a beautiful launch this morning from the Kennedy Space Center. ×2. We had to do it again from yesterday's scrub. Weather, of course, caused that scrub, but everything went off without a hitch right now. And now the crew, for the next 16 hours, will be inside the Dragon capsule, eventually docking at the International Space Station early Saturday morning. On board, Xena Cardman, a rookie NASA astronaut. This is her first trip to space. Mike Fink, space veteran. This is his fourth space flight. He also flew on shuttle as well. And then we have a Russian cosmonaut and a Japanese astronaut on board. Once they get to the ISS, tons of experiments will be happening, including some critical work as they get closer to future missions to the moon, even Mars. In fact, they're going to be simulating landing scenarios for lunar landings once they do get to the International Space Station, and eventually once we go to Mars, or the moon and Mars. So back out here live at the Kennedy Space Center. Actually, before we come back out live to me, if we can, we do have the landing of the first stage booster back at Cape Canaveral. Here's a look at that landing. Had a bit of a sonic boom, not a big blast here from our vantage point, but they stuck that landing as they always do. Another live look now at the launch pad as we got this thing off the ground. Again, a really close call as weather was starting to move in. Dark clouds, even darker as we get closer to this. But everything is looking good. And the crew, again, now on their way to the International Space Station. For now, reporting live at the Kennedy Space Center, Justin Mormith, News 6.
Justin, we love to see it. Thank you so much. Turning to your weather now, Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos here. And Candace, we were watching the radar, and I just wasn't sure it was going to go. That was some tense moments.
When he said thread the needle,
yeah.
I mean, literally thread the needle. I'll show you why. And the radar sweeps real quick. Take a live look outside Port Canaveral. I mean, right now it's 91, but at the space station, not the space station, at the Space Coast, could you imagine? The Space Coast right now, it feels like 104 degrees. So let me show you what Justin was just mentioning. Here it is. So just kind of put into perspective right there. That's Launch Pad 39A. Notice literally between now and when we launched the rocket, we were just about 2 miles north and south of seeing some rain. There wasn't any lightning yet embedded within that. I think that was the reason why that instantaneous window was able to set that rocket off the ground. And then across more further inland areas, not as exciting, but of course seeing some scattered showers just around areas of Eustis and Tavares right now over Lake Dora, Lake Panisofsky, Bushnell, also seeing some scattered showers at this point in time. So now that we have a rocket launch already checked off the list for your Friday, looking hot. Look at this. Temperatures right now in New Smyrna Beach, 115 degrees, which is why all of Central Florida, for the most part, with the exception of Polk and Sumter County, in a heat advisory for another day. I think we're in store for one more day of heat advisories before we start adding a lot more rain to the forecast, which I do think will help bring temperatures down. I wouldn't say cool, but at least not advisory status. We'll have more on that, breaking down your whole weekend forecast in minutes.
Okay, Candace, see you then. Law enforcement is asking for help to find the suspects involved in a shooting at a McDonald's. It happened last night around 9:30 off Pleasant Hill Road near Poinciana in Osceola County. The building was hit multiple times with bullets, but so far no injuries have been reported. Deputies are reviewing surveillance video that may have captured the shooting. If you have any information, you are asked to call the Osceola County Sheriff's Office. This year's back-to-school sales tax holiday comes with some changes. While tax-free shopping does last longer than previous years, the list of what is covered has changed, as have prices. News 6's Mark Lehman is in Lake County, where some parents decided to hunt for deals rather than wait for the sales tax holiday.
With the cost of pretty much everything going up this year, parents tell us finding those discounts has been crucial. Some have already knocked out their shopping list, but others have been waiting for today, and now they have the entire month of August to save on things like school supplies. We're talking about backpacks, things like clothing, certain electronics, including laptop computers.
So we're kind of just getting a game plan together and kind of waiting for the first of the month to start.
David Gibbons has been looking forward to Florida's back-to-school sales tax holiday, and it's not quite as stressful this year. With the new state law, it now covers the entire month of August.
But giving them the whole month to kind of do it little by little throughout the month, I think is really a big help.
Starting today, you don't have to pay sales tax on certain school supplies, clothing, and computers, and the savings can add up. According to the National Retail Federation, families will spend an average of $140 per child on basic school supplies this year. When you factor in clothes and electronics, that brings the total to around $890.
I didn't realize it would be that high. But maybe it is, and just because it's not one big purchase, that it doesn't seem like as much as it is.
Some parents didn't want to wait and already got their shopping out of the way.
So for me, it was just a no-brainer.
Super easy, right?
Super easy. They got delivered to the house.
Johanna Escribano says she was able to make up the difference through online sales, but she may also take advantage of the month-long tax break.
Extending it 3 more weeks, I could definitely see that maybe I'll peek into a store here and there, within the month if I had that option.
Also starting today, hurricane supplies are now permanently tax-free, and with this new law, Florida's back-to-school sales tax holiday will happen in the month of August every year. We've posted a list of what's included under this story on clickorlando.com. Reporting in Lake County, Mark Lehman, News 6.
The weekend is finally here, and there's a lot going on around Central Florida as we start the month of August. Coming up, meteorologist Samara Kokinos has this week's 6 things to do. Here's a live look for you from Mount Dora. You're watching News 6 at noon. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Introducing the new $25 million Gold Rush Multiplier Scratch-Off from the Florida Lottery.
I'm meteorologist Samara Kokinos. This weekend is going to be another scorcher with a few storms. So if you're looking for a few things to do as summer winds down, don't worry, I got you covered. First up, the renowned Crealde School of Art is teaming up with Casa Feliz to bring you In Good Company, a vibrant new art exhibit displayed right here at the Casa Feliz Historic Home Museum. Although this event kicks off Saturday, for the artists, the general public can come starting Tuesday through the end of the month.
So it's a combination of taking a historical tour, but also enjoying the beautiful
art of the Creole Day Faculty Masters here in Winter Park.
The event is free for everyone. You can also beat the heat at the Orlando Family Stage for Puppet Play Day, perfect for both children and their grown-ups. Hop into the world of imagination with Peter Rabbit for an hour on Saturday starting at 1 p.m. Next up, calling all Monster Jam fans and future fans. Watch as 12,000-pound trucks stand on two wheels and fly through the air. The world's most popular trucks like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Sparkle Smash will be at the Kita Center this Saturday and Sunday. Little Rascals Dog Rescue is back with their second annual Ties and Tails Gala downtown at the Abbey. This is a ticketed event for Saturday evening, so be sure to check out the website to purchase yours before they sell out. Also Saturday, start your day with an ocean-inspired yoga class in New Smyrna Beach. It starts at 9 a.m. Don't forget your blanket. On Sunday, check out the Palm Coast Farmers Market at the European Village. The market kicks off at 11 a.m. with local produce, handmade goods, fresh food, and more. Do you have a big event that you would like to share with us? You can do that. Just use the News 6 app, or you can go to clickorlando.com. Just click Contact Us.
All right, lots going on this weekend. Here's what it looks like for you right now as we take a live look from our Launch Credit Union camera in Brevard County. Cruise ship hanging out there. Of course, we just saw a beautiful launch from our Space Coast. Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos is here tracking heat, but man, we got the rocket off there, so that is good news.
We're done.
Yes.
We're not having to roll this into the weekend, right? All right, let's talk about the Friday and into the weekend kind of forecast. It's going to differ a little bit where some other things are going to stay pretty much the same. So today, it's still very hot. We are still at heat advisory status for across central Florida, as our feels like temperatures once again will be up to about 110 plus at some times throughout the day today. Already feeling that all across town. Then as we head really into Sunday and Monday, I think Friday and Saturday will be very similar. I think we'll have another advisory tomorrow. But then come Sunday, Monday, and into early next week, we're watching an approaching cold front, and as it kind of stalls out to our north, it will kind of add extra moisture and instability into the forecast, and we'll be able to fire up some more cloud cover, more rain, maybe a little earlier in the day, which will hopefully help bring down these temperatures just a hair. Now, temperatures out the door right now. It's still a warm start. We're in those low 90s. Not as hot as yesterday. I do feel like that sea breeze is already pushing inland. Right now, we're at 92 in the Villages. But what's happening in Leesburg and Claremont? You guys are getting some rain-cooled air at this point in time. A couple scattered showers, a few strikes of lightning out there, and then areas in and around the Cape. Again, we were watching two little cells that were just north and just south of the launch pad, but of course that rocket was able to go off nicely this afternoon. And as we look at your highs for this afternoon, temperatures will be back into those mid-90s, up to about 96 between, let's say, DeLand and all the way down through Kissimmee, 95 in Claremont, 93 in New Smyrna. But now let's check on that hour-by-hour forecast for your Friday.
Sponsored by Strata Air Conditioning and Heating. AC emergency, you ought to call Strata.
From now until 7 o'clock, though, do be aware, we still have that heat advisory in place. Again, those feels like temperatures between 108 and 112. Heading out to the beach, if not today, already kind of midday. But if you're going to head out maybe tomorrow into the weekend, conditions are going to look a lot more the same. Low-end risk of rip currents. We'll start adding a little more rain to the mix and cloud cover as well. But for today and tomorrow, surf is going to be less than about a foot. So let's take you here throughout the next few hours. Scattered showers, just like what we're seeing right now, will continue to line up along 95. You can see that sea breeze really nice and organized as it continues to push inland. We'll see that collision between about 6 and 7 o'clock between the Turnpike and the I-4 corridor, kind of that inland zone. And then as we head into Saturday, same story. By 12, we'll have those scattered showers already starting to approach. Out by 2 o'clock, hovering along more the eastern half of central Florida. We're going to continue to keep some of those heavier downpours as late as about 7, 8 o'clock. And then we're going to increase that rain. Notice this cold front turning stationary will continue to kind of sit just to the north of us. And that is what's going to really add more moisture into the forecast Sunday, Monday, and into Tuesday. So for instance, today our rain chances are about 30 to 40%. As we head into Sunday, rain chances will look more like this. Not a washout. If you have outdoor plans, just make sure that you have your News 6 weather app. You're just kind of keeping the eyes to the sky as developing showers and thunderstorms will certainly be likely. With all this heat and instability, the rain chances that we do have, although there's not a big severe threat, we can't rule out the chance of some of those isolated showers and thunderstorms turning strong to severe. Now notice temperatures will go down just a hair by the end of the weekend and into early next week, which will hopefully get us out of those heat advisories. Julie.
Candace, thank you. A county program has opened again to help homeowners who are still dealing with hurricane damage. Coming up, what the program is and who is eligible. You're watching News 6 at noon. Stick with us. We'll be right back. Volusia County has once again opened its program for homeowners who need help rebuilding their homes after a hurricane. It's called the Transform 386 program. Back in February, we showed you the moments a Volusia County couple returned home after getting help rebuilding their home from the ground up. It was destroyed by flooding during the 2022 hurricanes. The program has some tough qualifications, including income thresholds, a 5-year lien on the home, and proof that the damage was caused by Hurricanes Ian and Milton. However, it can assist in rebuilding, renovating, or even refunding if work is already completed. Again, the application portal is open right now. You can find a link for the program in this story on clickorlando.com. Take a break from those summer reruns and try out the all-new primetime schedule on News 6 Plus. Matt and Ginger have a new take on the day's news on News 6 tonight. That's at 9. Then go in-depth as we track the tropics and answer your weather questions with meteorologist Jonathan Kegas. That's at 9:30. Then watch the late news an hour earlier. It is all tonight on News 6 Plus. Download our streaming app for free. Search WKMG in your smart TV's app store. It's also available on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.
All right, we're dodging still a little bit of rain out there. Just kind of give you a quick zoom in. You can see scattered showers now all around launch pad 39A. So thankfully we were able to launch that rocket off at the time that they did. And then a little further out towards kind of the western areas, we'll be approaching kind of I-75 in the next couple of minutes. So certainly Lake Pennsauken, those areas, Coleman, all seeing scattered showers. But again, this is the story. Look at areas like New Smyrna Beach, folks on the beach right now, feeling 115 degrees. Same story there in the villages. So take it easy. Another day of hot conditions, and I think we'll start adding a little more rain by the end of the weekend.
Switch over right now to the News 6 Plus streaming app to watch News 6 Extra. Have a great day and a great weekend. I'm News 6 anchor Julie Broughton with a look at the big stories we're following this hour. The second time was the charge.